Hi Tony, how are you?
Good. Hi, Claire. Thank you. Fine, thanks.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for agreeing to do a video today with me to kind of talk about the process of going through the Richer Life Resilience Training, which is, of course, was a 6-week program designed to help people through the coronavirus lockdown. And obviously, today is what, the 4th of June. So we're sort of gradually starting to sort of loosen the restrictions a bit now. But how did you find the whole process, sort of helped you during the real sort of intense period of lockdown?
I found it really useful. I'd previously done a bit of sort of like personal development and I'd sort of fallen off from it before. So it sort of got me to refocus on what I wanted to sort of like try and achieve during the lockdown period. And that sort of really helped me sort of cope with it. So focusing on like the goals and sort of like going through and also, to be honest, the relaxation made a huge difference as well, just to sort of like, we had a bit of anxiety during the time, and just to settle myself down and sort of like focus on what needs to be done. It really helped. So
Fantastic. So you said about, you are someone that invests in personal development. What sort of things do you tend to do? Obviously, there's books, podcasts, webinars, workshops. We know there's countless programs online that we can do, as well as sort of, not at the moment, but, normally we can go to conferences and events. What sort of things have you done in the past?
yeah, I've mainly done in the past sort of conferences and events, but I've also lots of books as well. And I'll be honest, I've never done any hypnotherapy or anything like that before, which is this seemed to be excellent. So I said certainly help with the stress levels, which is always good as well. So sometimes it just gives you the opportunity just to unwind, even if it was for once a week, just to sort of get yourself refocused. And sort of like, I sort of tried to, because I unfortunately couldn't attend the live session, so I was on the recordings, and to actually just go focus at the start of the week, do that, and then set my goals and knew exactly what I was doing. Made a big difference to me personally. But yeah, not having the opportunity to go, I was due to attend a conference in May, and which was going to hopefully help in this regard, and then to have this as sort of like, which is how it came at the perfect time, just to sort of like refocus, was excellent. So yeah, no, it's been brilliant. Thank you.
And so was that something that your work had provided for you to go to in May, or a personal investment?
So that was a personal investment that work were supporting, in terms of they were allowing me the time. But yeah, I think it was something I just wanted to do. So it was sort of like it was actually ironically a course on improving remote working, because we're moving towards that anyway.
You've been fast tracked into that then,
Fast
haven't
tracked
you?
into that over the last few weeks. So yeah, but yeah, and it's a sort of and sort of like how to make sure you remain productive, and that was the crux of it. So yeah, I think it's. But yeah, I said this has been a good way of refocusing and going on. As you said, we've had to sort of massively accelerate
Yeah.
remote working much quicker than we ever dreamed. But
Nothing
yeah,
like being thrown in the deep end, is there?
definitely not.
You either sink or you swim, and luckily, we've all kind of swum because we've been working together on that. And I'd just like to say really well done for kind of going through those 6 weeks. And obviously we had a discovery session prior to that, before we launched the program, which I know you attended as well, because it takes discipline and determination, particularly when we sign up for something but we can't attend live. It's so easy to kind of just get the recording or buy whatever it is, and then it just kind of never gets done. So when sort of did you build it into your week to do that?
So I tried to do it either Sunday evening or Monday morning,
Uh-huh.
and tried to. So I had the point where I started the week off. It was, I often tried to, the bulk of the 6 weeks, it was Sunday evening. I think there was once where I did Monday morning, and once where I actually did Sunday morning instead. But yeah, I think it was just a good way of getting it scheduled in. I've been very busy, as I'm sure a lot of people have with work. So fitting in time during the week has been really difficult. So just to sort of like either, very late on Sunday evening, sit down, go through it again, focus on what I'm going to achieve for the next week. And again, Monday morning, on the one time I did that, get up very early before work, make sure I've done it. It kept me focused through this time, because it's been really difficult necessarily, because there's a lot of people and a lot of distractions going through, especially from work, about trying to sort of pull you here, there and everywhere, and actually to have that opportunity to sit through and go, actually, this is what I want to achieve, this is what we need to get, what I feel I can help and support. It's helped me support other people as well as myself during this time, which I found really valuable. So
fantastic. And that's what sort of investment in ourselves does. A lot of people worry that, it's selfish to work on themselves, or, if they've got a family and kids particularly, to kind of invest that money in themselves. But actually, everybody benefits when we do, because if we're not in a good place, if we're too stressed, anxious or whatever, feeling demotivated, then obviously it affects everybody around us as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I found it particularly noticeable at work, where to begin with, I think everybody was very anxious. We've not really experienced anything like this, and none of us have. It's a completely new situation, the lockdown, and I'm myself personally, I'm in a high risk group as well, which adds a little bit of extra anxiety, as is my wife. So again, you're sort of like trying to make sure you protect yourself and your family. And then also had members of my team at work who were very, very worried about moving into this period and how they're going to cope, and making sure that I had the sort of like, got myself prepared and ready, and was able to support them, made a big difference. And especially to start off with, it was a real struggle. But then once I got a couple of weeks in, it seems as, you start to calm down a bit, start to focus on the right things. And that's made a big difference. And it's been commented that, you seem more calm, you seem to have settled down into it a lot better. And, and again, that's sort of like been more reassuring for other people as well.
And have you told them your secret?
I have told them, yes. So, I was actually, it's funny, we had a meeting with my team this morning, and they were going through and they said, because I've mentioned it a couple of times before, I've been doing this thing, and I gave them a few details, and they said a couple of them might will be interested as well. So I think it has made a huge difference. So I don't know exactly what aspect of it is. It's just the sum of the whole. But yeah, the hypnotherapy's certainly calmed me down during the sessions. I've noticed that my stress scores, when I was writing it down in the diary, was often going from sort of like a 6, 7 down to a 2 or a 3. So that's
fantastic,
a big improvement. And yeah, and again, just being able to actually focus on, like, you've got your 3 goals, you're writing them down, you're reading them each day. And it does make you focus, and it has made a big difference. So thanks, Claire.
Oh, you're welcome. And it's been a bit of a family affair, hasn't it? Because I've had your parents on the training as well, enjoying it.
Yeah, they've definitely thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, both mum and dad have been on the sessions as well, and I've been talking to them about it. And my dad particularly is not somebody who's ever done anything remotely like this before, and he's found it really useful, I think, because again, to begin with, it's difficult dealing with this situation. But yeah, I think that they found that really useful, just to calm them down, have something to focus on, have something to look forward to each week as well, which is what it has been. So yeah, it's been brilliant. Thank you.
Excellent. And you mentioned you'd never done any hypnotherapy before. So how did you sort of feel about doing that? Obviously, we made it quite clear from the beginning that was a key part of the resilience training. It was the high performance coaching, but what was really going to kind of take that to a different level was mastering the mindset. And we used the hypnotherapy to do that. So what was your kind of experience pre and then? Obviously, I know you've really enjoyed it, but did you go into it with any of those sort of weird and wonderful ideas that people have and fears about it?
I was a little bit apprehensive. So, I was speaking to my wife, and there's obviously a few concerns about, how you're going to cope with it, how you're going to, is it going to work? What's it going to be like? When I did the trial one, particularly, that was really odd, because that was one where I think it was sort of like about half an hour or whatever, the hypnotherapy session, but it felt like a couple of minutes. So it flew by. And the others, it was far more, which I found better in some ways. Sort of like I was more conscious the whole way through it, and sort of I could guide myself through and think it through. But yeah, I was a little bit, to begin with, anxious. But after the first couple, when I realised it was fine. You always hear things, and the only sort of experience of hypnotherapy I've seen is like the stuff you see on telly and things like that, and it shows, which is completely different to what this is. And yeah, obviously this has been I said, it's really helped. I said, calm me down and focus me. So, yeah.
Yeah. And the thing people don't realise is that, it's not mind control, it's you having the control, isn't it? And mastering your own mindset. And it's just working with someone to help you to get to that place ultimately.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've forgotten what one of the sessions it was, but there was one where we were sort of going inside the mind and sort of going into the control room and things like that. And that seemed to really resonate and seemed to go through. And that sort of, quite often afterwards, it sort of stayed with me for a bit, and then certain ones of like that one has stayed with me permanently. So I've remembered it fully, and sort of I've wrote some notes down in my journal. And yeah, it seems to have really helped. I don't know what it is, but that one particular came out feeling a hell of a lot better. A lot more or felt a lot more in control than I have done in a long while. So that was brilliant. But yeah, I think just the opportunity, as you said, to sort of take back control of you from yourself point of view, rather than, as you said, like the perception is, you're losing control. Somebody else is controlling exactly what you're doing. It was definitely not that. It was giving me control. I said that session particularly was by far the most effective for me.
Yeah, a lot of people enjoyed that because also, the whole thing of being in the lockdown means that we've all had no control over what's been going on in the outside world, and it causes a lot of anxiety for people, some more than others that have actually been personally touched by it, whether it's themselves or loved ones, friends, but for those of us that aren't, we're kind of incubated in this kind of place. And ultimately the program was all about helping us to master our own minds and take back control of the things that we could control in a world that has seemingly gone mad, really, in the scheme of things.
Definitely, yeah.
It's so far from any sort of normality at the moment, even still, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
And it would appear that it may even take a while to get back to that, and perhaps never be quite the same again as a result of what's gone on. So how much on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is the worst, 10 is the best, would you rate the Richer Life Resilience Training 6-week program?
I mean, I'd have to personally give it a 10, because I don't think I found it really useful. I've emailed you a few times about it, saying that I've been thoroughly enjoying it, and it has made a huge difference. I said it has given me that point to focus on, and go through. And yeah, it's going to be, it'll be interesting to see what we'll do next steps on it. So yeah.
Yeah. And what element would you say you enjoyed the most? Was it the high performance coaching, the clinical hypnotherapy, or both equally?
I was saying before, it's difficult to differentiate between the two of them, because it's difficult. I've noticed a difference, and I think I found the hypnotherapy certainly calmed me down. And I said that one particular session, I came out from that feeling a hell of a lot better. But I think the coaching side as well has been really good, because that's the bit that has properly got me focused on what I wanted to achieve. I mean, one of the goals is like fitness goals. I've been making sure I'm going out and exercising each morning and making sure that's been gone through. I think just reading that in my journal each day, it sort of like goes, actually, I've got to go and do that. It makes you do it. So that's been brilliant. And I think that the two combined, I think, has been a really important aspect of it. So I don't think I'd weight one higher than the other.
Fantastic. And so definitely, I'm guessing you feel that it's helped you through this process, which was the question we started at in the beginning. But what 3 words would you use to sum up your biggest take home from the resilience training program?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I'd say probably from my perspective, control, focus, and relief. It's probably been the 3 words that I'd use to describe best. I mean, it certainly given me much more control in terms of my life, and the focus in terms of what I wanted to achieve. And the momentary calm down, slow down, and have a bit of relief from the stresses of the world for a while has helped a lot as well. So
amazing. And are you interested, having gone through the process, in continuing your journey on the way to a richer life? Obviously, we finished last week, and today I've done a Q&A with people where they could, come along with questions and things, and there are some options that have been released. How do you feel in terms of where you're at?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to continue in some capacity. I just need to work out which capacity is going to be the best for me. But yeah, I mean, the options presented look excellent, all of them. for different people. I think it's nice. It's really good of you. You've put on a nice selection for different people's circumstances. But yeah, I will definitely be continuing in some capacity. It's been so helpful to me.
Fantastic. And how do you feel now it's finished?
A little bit apprehensive in terms of I want to make sure I'm still doing something, but it's sort of like glad that I've been able to be part of it and how much it's helped. But yeah, it's just sort of like apprehensive for the next steps, shall we say.
Yeah. And I don't know if you watched the testimonials video, but some other people that were on there the other day, you know, said the same thing. You know, it's been great what they've implemented and they want to keep that good work up. So you're not alone there. And that's why those options are there to carry on supporting everybody. So my last question really is, would you recommend the Richer Life Resilience Training Programme to your friends, family or colleagues at work, anybody you know really?
Well, yeah, I mean, I already have done to a point, but yeah, definitely 100%. So I sort of already mentioned it to work colleagues, and I will be mentioning it to sort of friends and family as well. So yeah, as you said, some of my family have already taken part. So
yeah,
sure we can convince some others to do so as well. But yeah, no, it's been brilliant. So thank you very much, Claire.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's been lovely that you've come on today and, you know, allocated time because I know you're really busy in your working day. But thank you so much. It's been nice to finally get to speak to you in person because even people that are, you know, actually on there, because there've been so many on there, 40 plus, you know, I don't get to interact with people individually that often. So lovely to speak to you today. And I think, you know, it's great that you've done this testimonial because it inspires and helps other people on their journey. So thank you so much.
That's okay, no problem. Thank you very much, Claire.
Okay, thanks, Tony. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.